Trace, thank you so much for having me. My family actually bought their church because they're Christians and they wanted to
Wow.
revitalize this really rundown church. So we actually have a weekend school for kids that we had to cancel because there's no way that we're going to ask kids to come into this area again. I was heading that way because we generally do that towards the weekend to make sure, everything's ready for the kids, and just saw this massive fireball. I don't have any other way to describe it. And then we were immediately told to turn back. And I tried to argue my case and say that, we own the church down the street, but we're not allowed to go in that area. It's completely cordoned off. It happened, I think, around 6:30, 7. And the entire area is blocked off. This is horrific. I'm kind of just shocked that this would happen here in my hometown.
Yeah. And when you say that your parents own the church, and where in relation to the church, I mean, how far would you say, Lindy, that the church is from the actual crash site? Is it near the mall, or is it a block or further away?
It's on the same street. It's on Cottman Avenue. I would say it's about maybe, I'm not really great at math, I know I'm Asian, but a quarter of a mile, maybe less than that. It's close enough for me to see it clearly, and also to smell. There's a smell. It smelled like burnt tires. And we just weren't allowed in. The police immediately descended upon the scene, and people were just running around screaming. It was just terrifying. It was like something out of hell. I just can't believe it. How did this happen twice in a week?
Yeah.
My parents are shell-shocked. Everyone is just completely at a loss for words.
Yeah. And did you talk to anybody who was actually closer, Lindy? People running by, people kind of scampering and moving about. Did you ask anybody, talk to anybody who was actually closer to this to kind of get an idea of what they were seeing and feeling?
Well, I was just asking people what is going on because it wasn't immediately clear to me that it was a plane crash. I actually found out from the news. If I did not have access to what was going on, because I wasn't paying attention in the sky, I just saw a fireball. I was actually reading through X to find out what happened. I had to ask the people around me too what happened. Somebody even said we're under attack. Like, that was a reaction that I heard on the street. So wow. There was a lot of confusion on the ground. The reason behind it wasn't immediately clear to the people on the ground. And this is just so sad. This is supposed to be a happy time for Philly. We have Eagles going to the Super Bowl. This is not. This is just heartbreaking. It's really sad for this community.
Oh, Lindy, thank you for coming on and sharing your story with us. We appreciate that very much.
Thank you, Trace.